what is the best way to cut weight but maintain a majority of muscle that I have? So, you have any thoughts on this before I'm going
to let you I'm going to let you kind of get in on this one.
I mean, we're going to have the same answer, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on what kind of weight you're trying to cut. And also, you can do it naturally, of course, but you're probably going to lose a little bit of that muscle. But then again, do you know how much muscle you actually have right now? Have you gotten the test done? Have you had a DEXA scan?
Right. Well, so what are we defining as weight? That's one thing I always try to ask our people. We hear it all the time. I want to cut weight, but I want to gain muscle. Usually it's the gain. At least they want to maintain. So they understand that it's probably not going to happen.
They're a lot smarter than most people.
Yeah, honestly. You can't really do both. Yes, a recomp's possible with steroids and newbie gains, etc. But so let's look at it this way. How do we cut fat? We put ourselves in a caloric deficit. Now, how do we gain muscle?
Let's pause that real quick because some people listening might not even know what a caloric deficit is.
Okay.
So caloric deficit is when you're eating below your maintenance calories. So say for Jacob, I'm just pulling this out of my ass, but 2,500 calories a day will keep him at his exact same body weight.
He says that while he's looking right at my bicep. He's like, how many calories does that take to feed?
Just his bicep is about 2,500 calories. But so in order for Jacob's bicep to lose any weight, he's going to have to eat below 2,500 calories per day. Right. That's how we
have a maintenance energy requirement, right? And so think of us as a car. Every day, we have a certain amount that we need to fill up our tank. If we overfill, we're gonna, not really like a car, but so if we want to lose weight, we've got to cut calories, right? If we want to maintain or gain muscle, we need to increase our calories and increase our training intensity. So the best way to maintain muscle during a body fat cut, is to take it slow. If your maintenance calories are 2,500, if you maintain your weight on 2,500 calories a day, instead of eating 1,500 calories a day, which is stupid, eat 2,200 calories and increase your protein intake to keep you satiated.
And here's something with that as well, and we see this very often. People do these drastic weight cuts where they decrease their calories to 1,500, 1,200 when they should really still be above 2,000. And when they do that, you're crashing your metabolism. You will not lose weight if your metabolism's shot. Yeah. That's just how it goes.
And you're exactly right. I think a lot of that's psychological too, because people, they'll eat the 1,500 or whatever it is, the stupid low number. They'll start losing weight, and then subconsciously they'll slide in calories. They don't even think about it. Before you know it, they're adding sauces to things without tracking them. They're adding sugar to things without adding it. And then one thing leads to another. They're eating 3,000 calories a day, but they've convinced themselves, or they've rebounded, and they're like, "Oh, I can't lose weight." So it's a lot of it's a psychological thing. You don't want to do it too fast.
And also, and this is something that I've had to kind of get myself in check with, is, do you actually need to lose any body fat? Do you actually need to lose any weight? Because you might be completely fine, and you might be looking in the mirror and seeing something that no one else sees. I did this a couple months ago. I hit up my buddy Cornelius Parkins. He's a bodybuilding coach. And this is right before I started getting my nutrition dialed back in. I was like, yo, do you think I should do a weight cut? Or do you think I'm good with just maintaining and then eating in the surplus? And he's like, you're completely fine, dude. He's like, do not do a weight cut.
Yeah.
And you hear that pretty often as well, as people diet for no reason. They really don't need to. So maybe get a third perspective on it and be like, hey, or a second perspective or whatever. As a couple people, it's like, hey, do I look like shit right now? Right. And if they're a good friend, or even hire someone for their advice or a consultation, be like, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have a lot of muscle on you and you're telling me you want to cut,
don't worry about it. Just worry about building that damn muscle.
Yeah, if you build more muscle, you're going to have a higher metabolic rate resting anway, so you're going to look leaner.
And that's what people don't understand either. When you diet, you're slowly crashing your metabolism. Meaning you can't burn fat. Now, if you're eating in a calorie surplus, your metabolism is actually rising because your body naturally wants to burn that fat off.
It has to match that energy.
So if your workouts are intense, if you're not taking 15 minutes between sets on your phone and all this other shit, if your workouts are high intensity, you're getting after it, you're eating healthy, you're building muscle, you're going to start burning fat naturally because of that. So,
yeah, I mean, I worked with a client about 4 or 5 years ago, and he started out at the end of his cut. He was eating 2,500 calories a day as a 21-year-old guy, which that's a little low in my opinion. Well, we worked with him for 7 or 8 months over time to put muscle on. Well, at the end of his, mass phase or bulk, he was eating 4,100 calories a day and not gaining weight. Like he couldn't gain weight.
I believe it.
Like, that's an increase in metabolic rate right there. And I bet a lot of you guys watching would kill to eat that much.
Yeah. But that's the thing, you probably can.
Yeah.
You know, so
you got to know your potential.
Yeah. So, maybe, anyways, we answered all of it. Hopefully that helps you guys. That was a good question, by the way.
Really good. Thank you.